The fact that we had so much time and effort on part 1, I feel like a lot of people overshadowed the amount of effort they put in part 1, because a lot of people played part 2 and they still say to this day like, oh, part 1 is their favorite, and I can see why, just because obviously it was the most anticipated version of FF, and the fact that part 2 is out and we had time to kind of digest it. Now that I'm seeing part 1, I feel like I want to replay it again. Guys, I actually think it's time now. We're finally gonna get some FF7 Part 3 information. So apparently on Nintendo's actual showcase, which was, I say, a day ago, Maximilian saw something on the trailer. We're gonna break that down today. So we're gonna be reacting to the teaser. So let's see what's going on.
The really big news of the day comes in tandem with the Nintendo Direct. There's a trailer. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Brand new artwork, which is interesting. Made for the first part of the game.
Yeah.
And a brand new trailer specific for the Switch.
What you heard just now were the voices of the planet.
This is the Switch 2 version, and it looks good. It's running at 30, but it looks really good.
You know what, straight out the gate, I did remember seeing there was a sort of couple screen grabs here and there on their social media, especially on Instagram, and they look cleaner than I thought. I was thinking, wait, what's going on? Did they upscale it? Because this is the Switch 2. So, see how this trailer looks. For what it looks like, it looks pretty clean, so.
Interesting. Made for the first part of the game, and a brand new trailer specific for the Switch.
What you heard just now were the voices of the planet.
This is the Switch 2 version, and it looks good. It's running at 30, but it looks really good.
Died, who returned. They're howling in pain.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now?
Xbox got a trailer as well. That's good.
When it's done, we're done.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for.
Hey man, they might have Endgame in the trailer for a, 5-year-old game, but without context, it's completely fine. Without context, that's totally fine.
To consider what your principles are truly worth.
Well, seems this old friend of mine's in a tight spot. A long time ago, I said I'd be there.
It's
for
not
her.
the PS4 version. It is not.
So,
Can't say this
There
is
is
quite
more
what I
stuff
had
that
in
they're putting
mind
in
when I
here.
put that on you way back when.
He's my bodyguard. And a soldier. Pretty cool, huh?
for the right price.
One date ought to do it.
We've come such a long way. Like, this looks so clean. I don't know. This has to be pre-rendered. But from what I'm looking like, bro, this looks so good now. Oh my gosh, it's really been a couple of years now since we actually played part 1. Damn.
Well, the game still looks so good. Jesus. How does this stuff still look so good?
You're
I know, right?
This planet is my birthright.
I don't believe it. We played right into Shinra's hands.
The future isn't set in stone.
The world won't end today, but you will.
So, neat. And it does look good. Do they show off a couple more things in here? Series X and S, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud.
My name is Yuffie, Materia Hunter
Nintendo
and
Switch
Elite
2.
Special Forces operative for the new Wutai government. It really helps knowing I'm not alone in all
This
this.
DLC was very good, too. Includes the original Final... I didn't know that. You just get the OG game, you get some cards? Not exactly the most alluring things about the game. Cool part about it is that it isn't just the same game.
Well, one thing I've actually enjoyed about this trailer is the fact that we had so much time and effort on part 1. I feel like a lot of people overshadowed the amount of effort they put in part 1. Because a lot of people played part 2 and they still say to this day like, oh, part 1 is their favorite. And I can see why. Just because obviously it was the most anticipated version of FF, and the fact that part 2 is out and we had time to kind of digest it. Now that I'm seeing part 1, I feel like I want to replay it again, but let's see the bit what we were all kind of waiting for.
Over again, they sort of recognize that people might want to play through it like quickly. But they added all this extra stuff, FF7 Part 1, where you can, like, no joke, play through it and get, like, infinite MP or do max damage or do, like super easy mode stuff if you just want to play through for the sake of the story. In the same way that, like, a lot of classic Final Fantasy games get re-released and you can, like, speed up or you can make your party invincible. Sort of, like, super easy story mode stuff. So they're adding that to the game, like cheats unlocked type of stuff, which is like, wow, that's cool if you're just in this for the story stuff and you want to steamroll the game. You can if you want. You can. I think they have like even like everything's unlocked, like all that kind of stuff. That's cool that there is an adjustment to the game and that it's coming out on new hardware. But the crazy news was this, along with brand new artwork. FF7 Remake Intergrade arrives on Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox consoles on PC as well on January 22nd. A bit further out than I think we were hoping. But that's not all. The Remake Trilogy will also be making its way to Switch 2, Xboxes, and PC, as well as PS5, Steam, and Epic Game Store. The Remake Trilogy. So now we're not talking about just part 1, we're talking about part 2 and part 3. All of them are going to be coming to everything.
The thing is how everything's kind of just together now in terms of the gaming community. I think Square's realized that their sales have just been dwindling every single year, and not people could take it as a positive or negative. Like, it could probably be showing that people are not interested in the franchise as much. They've kind of gone away from their roots, but what we can clearly see that there are other people who enjoy these consoles, enjoy Final Fantasy, and obviously a big pair of that is obviously the PC community. You know, they enjoy playing Final Fantasy because I think when 16 did come out, I think they did get an extra 1 million in sales. Don't quote me on that, but you know, it doesn't sound a lot, but after I think a year and a half of it being released and to get that many sales, it shows that there is a big community with it. And the fact that they actually got that much sales, you know, nowadays I feel like you don't need to be exclusive. Like, all this rivalry that needs to stop at this point. So yeah, I'm not really surprised, to be honest. And eventually it was going to go on all consoles anyway, so.
We've already long assumed this. We've already pretty much assumed that that's going to be happening. It was not a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And it seems like it might be happening relatively fast. I would not be surprised if even in 2026, at some point in 2026, that Rebirth drops on these other consoles at the same time, like Switch 2 and everything else. I think that will happen too. Part 3 being multi-platform is also not that surprising. We've already assumed this. Square has even said a multitude of times that, hey, actually, yeah, our games need to go multi-platform. We have plans for the future. This was like a while ago, like a year ago, for our games to be multi-platform games. So part 3 becoming a multi-platform game is obviously like okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense that part 3 is going to be on everything and not just one thing. However, it does not confirm that part 3 is going to have exclusivity. It does not. It's more of a dedication that most Square Enix games are not going to be stuck on one console anymore, or, you know, not have PC versions. No, it's more like they will make it there in due time. That's the unique thing about Final Fantasy VII as a game series, as the Remake Trilogy as a game series, is that it's sort of rooted in Sony. It's sort of rooted in Sony money. Like, Sony money is one of the reasons that it even happened. Whether or not it was part 1, part 2, and part 3, we don't know. We don't know if there was a contract for like all the games to be that way. There's a small...
And that's the thing really with these sort of exclusivity deals. You know, Sony want to obviously monopolize the gaming market, and you know, something with Square Enix and Sony, they've been in a tight relationship since, I don't want to say since 1997, but it probably is since then, like when the original FF7 came out. You know, they've always made sure that, Sony gets, you know, the top grabs of whatever thing Square Enix drops, and even if they don't drop it, they want to showcase all their stuff on Sony just because they just have the marginalized community, especially because obviously, you know, Japan's such a big, obviously, island and big country, yeah, but outside Japan, there's a big market who actually loves PlayStation, and what better to get exclusively deals is obviously to be on Sony. Obviously, not just to get the console, but obviously get the budget in, marketing purposes, all this extra stuff for the game's hype. So, yeah, it's probably after some while, like they probably realize, you know what, this is not really worth our time and effort just only being on one console for 3+ years just to kind of share it out and then get half the profits that you were expected to get. So,
chance that Part 3 could just launch on everything. It could just be available on everything. PC day 1, Xbox day 1, PS2 day 1. That could happen. Whether or not we know, we don't, dude. We have no idea. We have no clue if this stuff is going to be making its way to everything at the start. I think I would like to, but that's significantly more work. Did I say PS2? PS5. I think There's also a very high chance, like a 90% chance, whatever part 3 is called, is going to be on PlayStation first. I do think that'll still happen. And guess what? I think it's also going to be a thing that makes a whole bunch of people very pissed off. I think it's like a 10% chance that it could show up on a lot of stuff, including Nintendo hardware. And a reminder, I still think part 3 is going to be coming out right around the first quarter of 2027, which lines up with literally the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. That's when that date lines up. And you might be saying that's only like a 3-year turnaround time. That's not enough. And it's like, I think they are cooking. They've already said...
They've definitely been cooking, especially because of the development of part 2. The fact that they said they made it in half the amount of time, even if that's not just because of assets already been done, everything was just very steadily flowing. Straight after they finished part 1, they went straight out the gate. But just because, yeah, a lot of stuff has been done already, a lot of assets has been created already, the world's already been built, so you're not starting from scratch. I would not be surprised if it does come out at that time as well, and it being a 3.5 year development cycle, because part 2 was roughly the same. And I'm not, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they said they already started voice recording anyway. I remember they saying something like that a while ago, so that's not too crazy. Like, if we was to get, like, I don't want to wait 2027, but if we do get early 2027, it does make sense for it to 2027 to end Final Fantasy VII, the anniversary. What way to go, man.
They had a set release date, Nomura, recently on stream for Ever Crisis. Part 3 development is going super smooth. It's going great. We actually have a release date. We have a date that is going to come out. That dude wouldn't say shit about Kingdom Hearts. He just said, we're working on Kingdom Hearts, but he said...
And that's the thing with Kingdom Hearts. Like I already talked about in my previous video on the TGS sort of lineup, so go and check out that video if you've never seen it, but yeah. Like at this point, I hope we actually do get some movies though. Just I hope they remake the movie of no, it wasn't Kingsglaive, Advent Children. I want them to remake that, probably add a bit more lore to the Ever Crisis series. Let's see if they will actually drop something to that before 2027.
Hey, we have a day and date for the next Final Fantasy VII. That's a big deal. And as a reminder, how far are we away from knowing anything about this? There's definitely some fascinating stuff that just happened in Ever Crisis that isn't that crazy, but also is pretty interesting. To further support some of my crackpot theories that have existed ever since the beginning, where my stupid bitch ass feels that we're gonna play Advent Children at some point in these games. At some point in this trilogy, we will relive the events of like Advent Children in some way, right? We're gonna be there. The latest Ever Crisis, obviously recreating Advent Children as a playable gacha.
Well, I think I'll stop it there because obviously this is going a bit in depth of the obviously Advent Children and Ever Crisis sort of information. That is a game I do want to play, but what do you guys think anyway? Like, by seeing that trailer, it just gave me kind of the old vibes of the original part 1. That was fun. It does seem like it was spruced up a bit. What do you guys think? Have you guys actually played it? What are you guys' thoughts on the new name of part 3? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, check it. Speak to you guys later. Take care, guys.